everybody lived. We had, I think, over 20 Purple Hearts. Since then, a number of people have died. Brain tumors, suicides. There were 2 guys behind bars within 2 months of coming home. But while we were there, nobody died. We all came home alive. Guilt is a large part of PTSD, I think, survivor's guilt, but it's not just, the people on your side who you survived. But, in my mind, I was wrong. I was invading someone else's country in violation of international law in a war I knew was immoral. If there's a wrong and a right, I was wrong. Definitely was left feeling a little bit irredeemable. If one life is worth one life, then I've had a negative impact bigger than the positive impact of one person. I was part of something that was detrimental to humanity. There were some dark times for the years that immediately followed my returning. When I left for Iraq, I knew that war was wrong. During the deployment process, I was in a terrible space. While I was there, I just tried to survive it. If I wanted to come home alive, and I did, I had to shoot back, I had to do my job. If I wanted the people in my squad to come home alive, which I did, I had to do my job. I kind of turned that part of my brain off. There was nothing good to be gained from thinking about the morality of what I was doing. I knew that I'd been part of destroying a country. Those barefoot, naked, starving children, they were orphans of a war that I had helped perpetrate. I had to confront that when I got back. Not that I was having an easy time with any of it, but I'd come to the realization that our occupation was not going to stabilize Iraq. A few people involved with AFSC and New Hampshire Peace Action got my contact information. I started doing a speaking tour with a film called Soldiers of Conscience. I was asked to join the board of New Hampshire Peace Action. After about a year on the Peace Action board, our director left. I stepped down from the board and applied for the job, and the rest, as they say, is history. I've been at New Hampshire Peace Action for almost 7 years now. I remember my first year on the job, I had a meeting with Charlie Bass, who was our congressman at that point, and I opened by saying, I served in Iraq in 2004 and 2005. I was an infantryman. I was decorated for valor. Congressman Bass got kind of quiet, said, well, these 2 bills that are coming up to fund this surge, I don't think I can oppose them. And I said, okay, so you recognize that it's going to be counterproductive, it's going to be expensive, and you're supposed to be a conservative. And he kind of just got quiet and then said, I'm sorry, I have other things I need to do. I left that meeting just totally frustrated. And then 2 days later, he publishes an op-ed. I've been around the state talking to veterans of Iraq and Afghanistan, and I'm afraid I can't support funding a surge in Afghanistan. It was like this moment for me where I was like, okay, what I did was horrible. What I did was, it was wrong, and it was bigger than any one person. But now when I walk into Charlie Bass's office and he has to listen to what I have to say, and he has to respect that I have some idea what I'm talking about, I can change the mind of a person like that. Maybe what I can do to heal the world is also bigger than me as a person. I'm not sure I would be a fully functional member of society at this point if I hadn't had the peace movement there to hear my story, to help me make sense of it, to help me work through it. As much as I am grateful for my work and I feel that my work has value, I'm selfishly grateful for the peace movement. I'm selfishly grateful for the healing that it's allowed me to do.